You guys, how do you find products that make you a couple $100s a day? What's your strategy? What's your play? What's your edge? What are you doing to identify those products? And then how are you gonna be marketing them? What's going on, everyone? Hayden here, coming back at you with a brand new video. And as you could tell by the title and thumbnail, we're gonna be identifying how to find and source products that will make you a couple $100s a day. Now, one thing you should note, a product that can make you, let's just call it $300 a day, can very well make you $1,000 a day or $5,000 a day. Because once you can identify a product, let's say you're doing Instagram shoutouts, right? And you can start making $300 a day. If you can make $300 a day with one product on Instagram, odds are if you push that on Facebook the right way, you're gonna make way more than $300. So we're gonna jump inside my computer in a second. I'm gonna be explaining a couple key points and some things that I think a lot of people definitely don't talk about. But before we do that, if you guys haven't already, there's one favor I'm gonna ask from you this video. Hit that nice looking subscribe button down below and drop a like on the video if you get any value from it at all, even one little ounce. But with that being said, let's jump inside my computer. Okay, you guys, when it comes to this topic, I don't know if you've noticed, but at least from what I've seen, a lot of the people who talk about this, make videos on it, maybe it's inside of a course, they just jump right into product research. And that's great, but you have to take a step back. What comes before product research? Actually, what do you need to do product research? You have to know what niche you're gonna be selling in, right? Otherwise, how are you gonna pick your product, okay? Let's take a step back for 1 second and talk about your niche. If your niche sucks, you're gonna have a lot of difficulty finding products inside of there that sell. Now, usually and typically there's a lot of different niches and so many products that you can probably find something that sells, makes you a couple $100 a day. But the question is, how long will that last? Look, this video is not centered around picking a niche, but you need to understand that your niche should, again, like there's a lot of different things you can do. My personal recommendation to you is find something that people are passionate about. Okay, when people have a passion, a genuine passion around something, what does that mean? What happens? Let me write this down. Passion breeds what? What does passion breed? It breeds impulse buys. Let me put a space here. You want impulse buys, okay? The reason why is because you probably hear the saying, right? People buy usually on the 5th to the 12th encounter. Why do you want to keep following up with people? Obviously you should, and you will. It's gonna bring you more money. But wouldn't you rather have that person buy on the first time around? That's just my take on it, right? Wouldn't you rather have something that people are hooked so strongly by with their emotions and their passion, that you combine that with the fact that it's, you know, scarcity, urgency or whatever, have to get it right now, steal the century, and they're emotionally attached to it, they have a passion, they're gonna buy it immediately, on the spot, every single time. So just think about that, you know, identify a solid niche that has products you can sell, and then you can go dive into the actual product research, which, let's talk about that. What am I looking for? Okay. Let's go over to the handy dandy website called AliExpress, all right? This is where I do all my product research. I used to use a software, it got completely removed, shut down, deleted, so I haven't really replaced that with anything yet. If there's something great that you guys use, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe that'll help me, maybe that'll help other people. But the way I do it is super simple. I do everything through AliExpress, and as bad as this might sound, a lot of it goes off of gut feeling. I don't know if I'd recommend this in the very beginning, but I just kind of go with what I feel would sell, right? Use common sense. Let me actually write this down for you real fast. Use common sense. A lot of people don't. What's gonna sell, all right? Nobody needs blue pencils. Like, yeah, they can, but you want something that people can ideally buy multiple of or are always in need of, and they can validate buying another if they already have one. So whatever that might be, let's just do something simple that a lot of people do. Jewelry, let's go with necklaces. Necklace, right? What am I looking for specifically? Let me show you how I filter. I go to this little sort by button and I do it by orders. Now, I don't want a product that only has 7 orders. You could do that. If that's what you want to sell, go for it, test it out. But at the same time, I'm also not looking for this top one here that has 19,000, right? 18,000. That's a lot. I want somewhere kind of in the middle, ideally above 800 orders. Let me also throw this in the doc for you guys. 800 orders plus. That's usually my cutoff. Again, there's not a very exact number. That's just typically what I've found works best. I love finding products that are down kind of, you know, you scroll down here, you get more into that range where it's like 5,000, 6,000, maybe 3,000, because that means it's selling, right? We'll talk a little bit how you know it's selling, but it's selling, but it hasn't sold out. And what I mean by selling out is not they're gone. That means everybody's selling it and it's too saturated. So maybe it's on the come up, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna observe. So let's say we wanna do, let me just pick a few of these. Custom, no, we're gonna do these ones. I know these are selling like hotcakes right now. As well as, okay, there's another one. These products actually right now, the roses are selling really, really well. If you're in jewelry, sell those roses, just for real. Like, I see them moving all the time. We'll take this and this. Let's just say we have an interest in these 3 products. Now, what we're gonna do off these 3 is we're gonna open them in a new tab. and I'm gonna leave them here for a couple days. I'm gonna take, I don't have a notepad next to me, take a notepad and a pencil, right? Number 2, get your good little Ticonderoga pencil out. If you're using a pen, you're weird because then you can't erase. Write down exactly what day it is and write down how many orders each one has. Now, every single day, every 2 days, refresh each tab and see the change. Ideally, if you have 3, 5, 10 products inside of tabs already open, you'll see 1 or 2 that are popping off and starting to get a lot more orders than the other ones. So that's an indication that you should be trying that product because it's selling. And if you see something selling through AliExpress, what does that mean to you? That means that people are making money. AliExpress is primarily a drop shipping website. You have Alibaba, that's more of like a buying in bulk, right? This could be, I don't really do Amazon FBA, but this is more like an Amazon FBA type concept where people buy it up front. Okay, AliExpress is for dropshipping. Now, it's not always necessarily on Shopify, but that's the structure of the business model. So if those products are moving, right, you're observing and you're finding products that are moving, you can just kind of jump on the bandwagon, right? Piggyback the move, and especially if you can identify something that's starting to exponentially scale, get more sales, and it's only at a couple hundred or a couple thousand, you could have potentially just hit a gold mine, right? I have a friend right now, I don't want to give names or details or whatever and reveal what they're doing. I know people selling these roses right now, making 5 figures a day, 5 figures with this one product, okay? So you know something like this is selling. And you just kind of have to catch it. You want to know how he found that product? He or she, all right, it's a he, but I've given too much away. You want to know how this said person found the product? They opened in a new tab and they watched the orders. They watched it go from 200 to 350. Then I think it was like 600, 1,000. They watch it blow up, they're like, boom, let me jump on this. They did that through influencer marketing, right? And then on the back end, you can use pixel data and a lookalike audience to scale on Facebook. But watching products, just observe. Almost nobody is willing to do that. It's so simple. Watch, do what I just did. Pick up your Ticonderoga and write down how many orders it has. It's really that simple. That's my main strategy, and that's just kind of how I identify products. I see, all right, this makes logical sense. Let me test it out. I'm big on testing. I don't know, what your budget is, right? Maybe you have $5, maybe you have $5,000. That's great. Test relative to your budget. Okay, so if that means you have $20 to spend, you might not want to immediately spend all $20 on one product. You just need to test relative to your budget, whatever that means for you, however much money you have to spend. Because I like to test. If something doesn't work right, we've made a video on product testing. You guys can go back and watch that where I talk about how and like what criteria I'm using to test a product. Again, if you guys know, it's 2 shout outs on an Instagram page, except it's gonna be on a separate page and it's not the same shout out. Different picture and different ad copy. Now, that's kind of how I'm testing products. That's how I'm identifying products. And even if I have a product, let's say I'm using a software. I used to do this when I used a software that kind of showed me what was selling. Same exact concept. The software showed you what was selling. Yet you can kind of go identify that yourself. But I would do the same thing even when I found products that the software recommended to me. I'd keep them open in a couple tabs and see which ones are performing better, and then I'd start doubling down and focusing on those. You want to test products that are moving, right? If something's already starting to catch, you want to catch fidgets before it completely blows up. Not at the top once everybody already knows what it is and it's stupid and they're in gas stations for $1. All right, so that's just kind of a couple key points about finding products, right? There's a lot more stuff you could talk about. I'm sure people have more videos that are more in depth, but this is the basis of how I'm finding products. So just make sure you think about your niche and then think logically. Please be logical with your decision when it comes to picking products. Again, something that people might have, but even if they have it, they can buy another. It makes sense. Whatever that might mean, it really depends on your niche, and what niche you have is gonna kind of depend on how you're doing product research. This is what I've done for all 3 of my stores. I've used AliExpress. Utilize the tools that you have in front of you, right? Another great way to find products. If you're starting in a new niche, or even if you're in a niche, whatever, you have your store, right? Go search on Facebook and Google a ton of keywords relating to that. What's gonna happen now over the next couple weeks, you're gonna start getting ads relating to that. Whenever you see an ad, click on it, because then Google, Facebook, whatever, they're gonna see that you're interested in it and start pushing more products similar to that your way. So you guys, just stuff kind of that simple. It's really the basic foundation. Use the tools that you have at your disposal. Go on Instagram, look at all the influencer pages that you're thinking you might wanna run shoutouts on. Odds are they already have shoutouts running on it. What can you do? First of all, you can look at their products. Now you can go check them on AliExpress, leave them in a tab that's already open, and then kind of refresh that every day, every couple days, see how fast it's moving. Another thing I love doing, if I see shout outs on a page or even I don't do this too much on Facebook ads because I don't run into many, but if you see a Facebook ad or a shout out on Instagram or even an Instagram ad, send the person running that ad a message, right? Inside of a shout out, they're typically gonna tag themselves. Inside of Facebook, you can click on the page and send the page a message. Try and talk to them, ask them how it's going. Some people won't respond. Some people aren't gonna wanna tell you, that's just how it goes. But some will, and it's gonna help you out. Maybe that's gonna save you money, make you money, or help you find a new product. But yeah, simple things like that kind of lead to finding products that start making you a couple $100 a day. Ideally, a lot more. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm gonna keep dropping these every single day. I've got a fun little project that I'm hoping is gonna be done early this coming next week. So definitely stay tuned for that. If you guys haven't already, you already know what to do. Be sure to join the family by hitting that nice link and subscribe button down below. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed. I'm gonna see you tomorrow in the next one. Peace.